hidey ho. Hidey, hidey, hidey he. Hidey, hidey, hi. Hidey, hidey ho. Hidey, hidey ho. Thank you, Cab Calloway.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much. Mark Staten Welch, everybody. Wow. How fun is this? This is better than coffee. Travis always gives me the stink eye when I say that. Nothing is better than coffee. Oh, wow. I am awake. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. Woohoo! So I see so many new faces and returning faces. If this is your second time here, will you raise your hand? Good one. If this is your first time here, can I see a hand, please? Only a couple. Okay, well, welcome. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Maybe I just missed the Sunday that you were here last. So, anywho, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Raleigh Hoke, and I'm the spiritual leader here. And today is a very special day. This is Practitioner Sunday. And so our licensed practitioners are responsible for all of the little parts of the service, from the greeters when you walked in the door this morning to the hostess, Linda, thank you so much, and our opening prayer and reading by Ann, thank you so much. And now I'm going to introduce, we have 3 speakers for you today. So they are going to be speaking for 5 minutes each, and I'll do a little intro for each one of them as they come up. And so this is your opportunity to really get to know a few of your practitioners on a deeper level. These are powerful souls, and it's just such a blessing to get to have this opportunity for them to share some of their wisdom. All right, so friends, your first speaker this morning found Awakening Ways as part of her empty nest quest for a spiritual community. She was licensed as a practitioner in October of 2018, and she was in practitioner training while finishing up her 40-plus year career with the library. She loves her daughter, Grace, and also loves her friends, books, coffee, movies, nature, red wine, and music. Friends, it is my joy to introduce to you our licensed practitioner, Kristen Barnhart. Yay!
We can get the band back together. Okay, those of you who know me know that poetry is also, I didn't put that on my list, very important to me. You know, I read a poem every day, Mary Oliver, just different people. I'd like to share one from one of my favorite poets, Milne. It's called Vespers. Little boy kneels at the foot of his bed, clutched in little arms, little gold head. Shh, whisper, who dares? Christopher Robin is saying his prayers. Well, God bless Mommy, I know that's right, because wasn't it fun in the bath tonight? The cold, so cold, and the hot, so hot. Oh, God bless Daddy, I quite forgot. If I open my eyes just a little bit more, I can see Nanny's dressing gown on the door. It's a beautiful blue, but it hasn't got a hood. God bless Nanny and make her good. Mine has a hood, and I lie in bed, and I pull that hood right over my head, and I shut my eyes, and I curl up small, and nobody knows that I'm there at all. Thank you, God, for this lovely day. Oh, and what was the other I wanted to say? I said, bless Daddy. So what could it be? Oh, now I remember. God bless me. And so I love this because it's about gratitude, and it's about savoring what you're grateful for. Not just a bath to get clean in, but the hot's so hot, the cold's so cold. You know, it's not just an old robe on the door, but Nanny's dressing gown is a beautiful blue. And who doesn't remember making yourself really small in bed and you shut your eyes and nobody can see you? Oh, it's just magical. And how many of us, when we're listing what we're grateful for, forget to list ourselves? Because, God bless me. When I was little, after the rather morbid bedtime prayer, really? Then it was doing the God blesses. And one of my parents would come in and they'd rub my back. So if it was really felt good, my God blesses could go on for a long time, God bless Pammy down the street, I'd remember everybody. And then as an adult and getting into different work, I realized that I was saying I was grateful for those things. I was grateful for the beautiful day. I was grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for this lake. I'm grateful for the diamonds that sparkle on it as the sun hits it. I'm grateful for the birds, for all the wildlife. It's a matter of savoring what we're grateful for, to truly taste it, to savor it, to let it roll around in your mouth. The words, the coffee, those things that make life so good. So this week, as you continue your gratitude journals, add something specific. My coffee, I learned not to put my hearing aids in before I make my coffee because the grinder is like really loud. I didn't know how loud it was. Anyway, the smell of it, just as it's grinding, and I heat my milk first, and it's a full dance of pure enjoyment each and every morning. And so the buzz is just an added thing, It's savoring your moment. So I leave you with savor. Thank you.
Wow. Well done, Kristen. Thank you. Let's give her some more love. Will you stand up, Kristen? Receive the love. All right. So your next speaker has been a licensed practitioner for 8.5 years. She has been part of Awakening Ways for 15 years. She's been living in a co-housing community in Paso Robles for almost 20 years. So my friends, what a joy. That doesn't say much about her. And so you're going to hear her awesomeness as she comes up to share. But what a joy for us to get to hear Norma Cole this morning. You're welcome.
Wow, I get to follow this poet librarian extraordinaire. So I actually am very visual, so I'm going to actually use some props. When I was agreeing to do this talk on gratitude, I decided I wanted to share a practice that I created when I took a course this spring with Reverend Elizabeth on treatment and meditation. So I call my practice my path to clarity and love. And here's how it goes. I become aware of any feeling I might have that's one of separation, fear, frustration, sadness. I'm going to share an example with you, and the example is being conflicted about inviting a sister of mine on a trip. So I sit down, I close my eyes, and with even breaths, I go within. I acknowledge what is so for me right now. What are my feelings? What are my thoughts? I acknowledge that I was harboring resentment towards this sister, that something that happened on a past trip with her. I do my best to find gratitude. It was easy with my sister because she does many kind things. She's generous, she's loving, and I felt gratitude for her in so many ways. I acknowledge my own part of the experience I had with her. I realized yesterday, sometimes if I have a hard time finding gratitude in this practice, when I can find compassion for myself and then have gratitude that I can have compassion for myself. So that's just a key if you're having a hard time finding gratitude sometimes. So I feel my heart open. When I felt compassion for her and compassion for myself, I saw what I was resenting in a very different way, a very compassionate one. And I felt myself letting go of the angst I had. And I had a felt sense of my heart literally opening. I ask and I receive higher wisdom. And I call this, I begin to see with new eyes. I then wanted to call my sister and share what I appreciated about her, and I realized for this generous woman, I had not done that for a long, long time. I was able to share what I had learned about our past experience. I was able to do it with compassion for her and compassion for myself. It truly led to a feeling of deeper connection and understanding between the two of us. And I move forward with new eyes and an open heart. I felt love, joy, and connection where before there was resentment and conflicted emotion. I had acknowledged and honored my feelings and opened my heart with compassion for both of us. A core of this practice is gratitude. I have increased my ability, actually saying I would do this talk, has increased my focus and increased, I would say, my ability to shift my feeling of mental and emotional upset as I practice gratitude. There are many ways. Kristen just talked about keeping a gratitude journal. What I found key for me in keeping a gratitude journal is I not only put down something I'm grateful for, I think very deeply about why I'm grateful for that. And for me, that's made a big difference. The other thing is learning to say thank you freely, truly meaning and feeling it. It's becoming more and more a habit. I have some bad habits, but it feels good when I'm developing a good habit. I learned to say thank you many times during the day, often for something I've taken for granted, a drink of water, taking a shower, a smile from a neighbor. I say thank you loudly or to myself, and I say it, so this is my practice that I'm practicing, with deep focus and grateful intention. So these are two practices that have helped strengthen my knowing of gratitude and open-heartedness. I know being able to go to sincere gratitude changes my physiology. Studies have shown it literally opens so many things within our body. I say it opens my heart. And this increases my ability to make wise, loving decisions. Because of this growing capacity to feel gratitude, I am more able to shift difficult emotions that keep me stuck. I think of it as developing my gratitude muscle. I am more conscious of sensing whether I am feeling opened or closed-hearted. It is truly a physical and emotional felt sense. Through experiencing gratitude, I can quiet my problem-making mind and feel my heart open. I can then be open to my higher wisdom and see with new eyes. Does it take care of every problem in my life? No. But is often a useful tool in many circumstances. I am grateful for all the reminders I have been given here at Awakening Ways, to know that divine wisdom is always there for me. I know there are people here that can help me access this higher wisdom when I can't seem to do it for myself. I trust you will find the tools, the practices, or the people that will be helpful for you. I pray you will enjoy increased joy, love, and connection. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Come back here. Just come right over here, right here. I want to teach you guys to receive the love. So let's give her some more love and just receive it. Savor it. As Kristen would say, savor it. Savor. Let it roll around and savor it. All right, beloveds, our last speaker this morning has been involved with religious science for 22 years. She has served several Center for Spiritual Living communities, such as North Hollywood and Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. Those are two that I know of. And she loves teaching, or she loves this teaching and how it has helped her to live her best life. She received her professional practitioner license in 2022, just last year. That's hard to believe. When you hear her, you'll know what I mean. And she loves supporting others to live their soul's joyful purpose. We've been friends for 5 years, so let's give it up for Gina DeGirolamo.
Okay, good morning. My previous speakers, thank you so much. What a wonderful, beautiful way to express both of your personalities and your individualized expressions of God. So can we give them one more quick love? Thank you. So I'm going to take a little different approach, a little bit more on science of mind approach to Thanksgiving. But first I want to share a couple common definitions that I found in the Cambridge Dictionary. And the first one is for gratitude. So the definition is a strong feeling of appreciation to someone or something for what that person has done to help you. And then their definition for Thanksgiving is the act of saying or showing that you are grateful, especially to God. I found that really interesting that was in the Cambridge Dictionary. So now I want to read you Ernest Holmes' definition of Thanksgiving, which is in the back of the Science of Mind textbook in the glossary. So Ernest says, Thanksgiving. It has been said that the prayer of thanksgiving is the prayer of appropriation. This was the manner in which Jesus prayed when he raised Lazarus from the tomb. Father, I thank thee, he spoke before saying his prayer. Recognition, unification, and realization are the 3 steps of a prayer treatment, and that's how we pray here in this teaching. It's affirmative prayer, and there are several steps to it, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But the definition goes on to say, when we speak the words of thanksgiving to the God within, knowing before they ask, will I answer? There is something in this attitude of thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of perfect faith and acceptance, receptivity, realization. Appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving, the motive power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. So, on a more practical level, and for what's going to happen this week on Thanksgiving Day, how many people sit around the table with family and friends at your Thanksgiving dinner and maybe go around and say what you're thankful for, right? We all saying, oh, we're thankful for our family, I'm so thankful for this meal, I'm so thankful for my friends, and we're talking about things maybe that have occurred in the past or what's happening in the present. But we really don't even consider what Ernest Holmes is talking about, and he is describing that you be thankful for your desired outcome in the future. Okay, so feeling and visualizing a desired outcome, that's part of our affirmative prayer. That's the step 3 part of prayer, the realization. But step 4 is thanksgiving. And so we're talking about and recognizing that, wow, I'm so grateful that this happened. So being grateful for it as if it's already occurred. So how do you really do this? I mean, how do you be grateful for something that you don't see in front of you right now? Well, one way is you do it through, you need to do it with conviction and belief. It's almost like you're in your imagination and you could feel it, you see it, you sense it, you visualize it. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? You have a complete awareness that this has already occurred. You know, for example, like if you're saying a prayer for perfect health, you really want to visualize yourself feeling healthy, feeling strong, feeling healed, feeling energized, you know, putting yourself in that space. It's difficult, yes, but it can be done. So maybe it's a loving relationship. How would that loving relationship feel? Are you looking at that person in your mind and seeing what it feels like and maybe what you're doing and what you're sharing together? That's how you bring it about. It could be a desired creative expression, a song you want to write, a painting you want to paint. What does it look like? What's it feel like to perform it in front of somebody or share your art piece? Or a dinner. It doesn't even have to be something like that. You're just creating a nice meal. What's that going to feel like? It could be safe housing. What's it feel like to be safe? What's it feel like to be surrounded by peace and mental peace? So we tell the divine that we are grateful for the manifestation of our realization. So review of a prayer treatment, 5 steps. We recognize that there is only one thing happening, it is God. We are unified, that's our second step. We are always unified with this source. We can never be separate from it. Step 3, we realize what is it, our desire. I'm praying, I see myself healthy and strong, or I see myself in this new job and I know it's happening, it's occurring. And then, step 4, I'm so grateful to God for this manifestation. And then step 5, we release it and we let Spirit take it from there. I like thinking of the saying, praying without ceasing. Right? So we live in the attitude of gratitude. We're praying without ceasing all day long. I'm grateful for all of this occurring. So it's kind of like that Cambridge Dictionary definition of thanksgiving. The act of saying or showing that you are grateful, especially to God. I love that. So, there's no time or space in the energetic field. Your desire already exists. If you're thinking about it, it's something that already exists. There's a blueprint out there for it. And so through something we call involution, in our teaching symbol, it's open at the top, so we're bringing in from what's already out there into what we desire. And then we plant the seed, and we allow it to grow. And that's our mental equivalent. We live with that mental equivalent every day of what it is we're visioning. And we're grateful for it. And that's how the law of the universe works. So, where and how can we do this? Spiritual mind treatment, which I just talked about. gratitude journal, which Norma and Kristen have spoken about, and the Thanksgiving table. So what if you tried this year? Ask your family and friends when it's time to go around, say, hey, why don't we try it a little different? Why don't you guys tell me what you're grateful for now and what's in your heart's desire for the future that you can be grateful for today, right here in the present moment? They'll all probably be like, what are you talking about? But you'll know the truth, and maybe you'll plant a seed for them to think a little bit differently. So you can start off by saying, what you're grateful for, what you're pretending has already occurred, and ask them, how would it feel? That's how you start. Ask them, how does it feel to have what it is you're grateful for or what you would like to occur in this upcoming year? So, with that, I just want to wish all of you the greatest Thanksgiving. I'm grateful that it has already occurred and that you've had the most joyous, fun time with your family and your friends. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, can we get the three of you, stay up here, can we get the two of you, also Kristen and Norma, to come up real quick so we can give you just a little more love? Come in front of the podium, too. Ooh, Travis is going to get a photo. Let's give them some love. How about standing ovation, please? Thank you. Woo! Well done. Thank you. All right, everyone can be seated. Thank you so much, beloveds. Wow. So let's take a deep breath together. And join me in turning your attention inward. Let's turn our attention inward and return to that beautiful, expansive space within, which is the space where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that spirit really is all that there is. And if spirit is all that there is, then I must be it also. And so I know that I am one with spirit, that there is nowhere that spirit is not. It is here expressing itself in me, as me, and through me. It is expressing itself in, as, and through Mark Stanton Welch and each and every individual here. It is the entire manifest universe. Wow. And as I remember this truth, I can relax into the moment because, wow, spirit is everywhere. There is nowhere that God is not. And in knowing that truth, I realize I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to want for. I have nothing to atone for. I am perfect, I am whole, and I am complete exactly as I am. And I know this is true for each of us. And so as we go forward from here into our weeks and into Thanksgiving, whether we are having meals, traveling to the homes of our loved ones, or inviting people into our homes, or going out, whatever the case is, I know that each one of us remembers to savor the moment, to let go of the past, to let go of resentments, and allow ourselves to be fully present and available for the beautiful gift of the nowness of the moment, and to savor our time at the table with our loved ones. And let us also remember that, yes, we can give thanks and command the law to work. And so maybe the morning of Thanksgiving, actually every morning this week, we wake up and we give thanks and command the law to work. That means I give thanks for this glorious day. This is the day that Spirit has made, and I am glad about it. And I will live this day with great gratitude. I will be all that I came here to be. I will shine my light with glory in all that I say and in all that I be. Oh, life is so good, and I am so grateful. And I know that the blessings are already on their way. The blessings that we already know about, the invisible blessings, the things that happen that we didn't even consider giving thanks for in advance. The knock on the door, the phone call, the interaction with someone, the check in the mail, whatever it is. We are so grateful for all of that, and we are so grateful for all that we have right now. And so in that gratitude, I can release this prayer into the loving and creative action of the law, where I know it is already done. And the answer is yes, my beloved. All of this and so much more. And so it is.